2, 1. What's going on YouTube? This is Mike Brown, aka Panda Man, and I am here with
Miguel.
And what did you do today, Miguel?
I played in a 3v3 Labrynth and got second.
Alright, let's see the spice, baby.
Okay, Labrynth core is basically just Ku-Klok. I really like this card, especially with Big Welcome Labrynth. You can spawn it and then bounce it to get an immediate trap card effect, especially with the Big Girl for something I'll explain later. 3 Ariana, because this is the bread and butter of your deck. You normal summon this, search anything that you need. This is the other part of the main 2. These cards are just insane, setting another trap, and just being a big body that's almost impossible to out. Just reminds me of Golden Lord. One of this girl, I drew this girl 3 times, and every single time I have hated it. She is not good in the hand, ever. I played 1 copy of Labrynth. I think this card underperformed a lot. I wanted to cut it. I just wanted to play it just because it has the extra synergistic effects. Because I'm playing virus cards in the main deck, and if you tribute, resolve your virus, you can just bring back the girl you tributed. I think that interaction alone is really cool, but it's so dependent on going first, and going second is just a brick that you can't use. 3 prosperity for consistency. I don't care about my extra deck. My opponent shouldn't either. Why is Kashtira ripping it? 3 welcome lab, 3 big welcome lab, ash bait, main engine pieces. This card is absolutely insane. I really like this card, just being an extra compulsory and being able to spawn anything from anywhere at any time. It's unfortunate that it just loses to the most common hand trap in the game right now. But these 2 cards just have the nicest synergy, because if you bounce a card or a monster with it, you can just set this, assuming it isn't the same turn. The text, triple compulsory. This is self-explanatory. Just disrupts your opponent, puts extra deck monsters back. It prevents Mirror Jade from activating its effects. Triple D barrier, because you want to be as hateful as possible, and it pairs well with Ku-Klok if you set it off of Lady. That way you can just shut down your opponent's turn. 2 Dogmatica punishment. You don't care about your extra deck. This gives you either an extra draw or an extra destroy. This card was my favorite card of the day. Daruma Cannon saved me from losing multiple times, and then it just helps to break boards by putting everything face down. And then for some Kashtira players, usually it just means that turn ends immediately after it resolves. 2 Overroot. I really like this card because it just puts something useless, I guess, on the opponent's board in exchange for something that's pretty good. Can't really say anything bad about it, but it does come out of the deck against decks that like to banish, like Kosh. Triple evenly. This deck really struggles going second, just being a trap deck, so this helps put the game in a more favorable position, because the only deck that puts negates out on the field is like Sprite. I really liked this in the main. Not really anything else I can say about it. Double goes in, double rivalry, the floodgates of choice, just kind of the stun the game into however you want it. Just make them play only 1 kind of monster. This card, not good against Kashtira, but against Sprite it was insane. And then my favorite 2 cards, I played 1 Eradicator and 1 Deck Devastation. The Eradicator targeted spell cards mostly. If you open any 2 of Ariana or Welcome or Big Welcome, you can just activate either one of these 2 immediately, and it comes to great effect. I resolved this against a Sprite player, and then I ended up sending it Enchantress and then losing. But I used this against multiple Kashtira players and managed to rip away a lot of their spells and just have so much information for the next few turns that I think it's warranted to be played in main at least. And then a trap trick. A lot of the cards in here are played at 2. I really honestly don't go out of my way to ever get this card, but it's just good utility.
Okay.
Extra deck really doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of funny cards. 2 Garura, extra draw, you send it off of the Link 5 Tri-Brigade monster. 3 Natis, you can ban it just because you can send it off of punishment. This card I really liked, although a lot of the game just you can't punishment with it. This card basically protects all your back row when you send it off of punishment. 1 Phoenix, it's a fiend monster. I needed a 15th card. 3 Muckraker, I just needed prosperity targets, and these are probably the best one in a fiend deck. because it coincides with Gozen Rivalry. 2 Bucephalus. This card sends Garura to the graveyard, and it's also a really big target for punishment. And then Excitonite, Dingirsu, and Zeus for the Xyz Suite, just board wipes that help stabilize the game in your favor. Side deck, 2 Sphere Modes, never drew it, didn't care. I wish I did when I got 5 Zone Locked, that wasn't fun. This is mostly for evenly, and just this card has a funny effect if your opponent dusters you that you can remove a trap card or a monster card, so I guess it has value. I honestly missed having a second copy of this because just playing 3 of these and then drawing this doesn't feel very good. Second Eradicator, just for the same combo above, just to be able to hit spells and traps. I actually really ended up liking this card a lot. Magic Deflectors can be set off of Lady. It stuns Kashtira's Birth and their field spell, their lances and books, so you can just run rampant on their turn. 3 Solemn to stop evenly and other board break cards, and 3 Skill Drain because I don't want my opponent playing.
Multis, man. Sheesh.
Do you mind if I check my calculator?
All right. Any shout outs before we get out of here?
Big shout out to the basement. Jabron and I played a very close match, and love that man. Shout out Mason, Josh, Stefan, Devin for being the carry for the 3v3. Wow! And Sunny for hosting this event. I honestly enjoyed it, and thank you, Anthony, for finally playing a 3v3 with me.
All right. Awesome, man. I appreciate you.